Okay. Wow. Here we go. What a day in this market. And I have a lot I want to cover with you. So what happened? The Dow Jones Industrial Average had an over 340 point swing. Earlier today, as you are well aware, stocks were roaring higher. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 110 or so. Then, all of a sudden, we're getting, well, a few things. Number one, and this is, I think, the main driver here, trade rhetoric, both sides. Well, I'm going to do this, and then, well, if they do that, I'm going to do this. And President Trump is saying that, good for him to a certain degree. I always give credit where credit's due. Now he's saying, hey, we're going to raise tariffs substantially. I personally don't believe that this is the way to handle it. But I'm giving him credit because he seems to be disregarding its effect on the stock market. I outlined for all of you months and months ago that the president cannot have it both ways. He can't have a stock market going in one direction, which he clearly wants, and attempt to win the trade war. I think the reason why he's kind of not worrying too much about his rhetoric here, and saying things like this here, like I'm going to raise tariffs substantially, is because he realizes that a rate cut is coming, or he's pushing for one, and that will help take up the slack, no doubt about it. But again, it's the trade rhetoric, China making threats, President Trump making threats, and that's what rattled the markets here. Now, some of what we witnessed today may actually be legitimate fear in the market. Now, how do we gauge that? Well, the dollar. The dollar vaulted higher today, and that put a lot of pressure on metals. I got my phone was ringing off the hook today, and emails. Greg, what's going on? What's going on? Look at the dollar. Look at the bond market. Look, again, the bond market is a time bomb. It's a time bomb waiting to go off. Suppressed rates, it's a crime, number one, and our president knows that. He said it during Obama, and rightly so at that time. Whatever. And the fact that we're seeing here today, let's talk about today, okay? Today we got a lot of bond buying going on, rates being suppressed further, dollar vaulting higher, that obviously put pressure on metals. And again, there may be a legitimate, actual, real safety play here with the dollar doing what it did today. Pretty substantial. The stronger dollar, like this, is obviously, again, stock market negative. All right, you can see how it played out today. This whole thing is obviously multifaceted. But again, this is the way it's going to play out here. And maybe the president really does want to win this trade war and understand that the stock market is going to take a hit if he wants to do that. So, with that said, that was a big chunk of what took this market for a completely wild ride. Number two, there's a lot of talk about recession. We're supposed to be in a boom, but now they're talking about recession. That's the cycles in the market. Again, we have not been in a boom whatsoever. It's been just all propped up on the back of debt. That's what they're going to continue to do here. And I think that's, again, part of the president's strategy is to get a rate cut from the Fed. And that will help the market make up some of these losses here now. Again, if there is legitimate fear in this market, and we can gauge this by watching the dollar, this could present opportunities to trade. Let's just talk about trading real quick. Earlier today, this morning, I entered a trade. I was in it for about a half of an hour on the long side of SPY, using my Renko system, completely free, literally free, no caches, no signups, no anything. I want you to just have it. There is a link in the description of the video. You can get a copy of it. So, and then at the end of the day, using the same exact system, I went short. So I had a pretty good day. 2 successful trades on an absolutely wild day. Personally, I don't give a damn where the stock market goes. It can go up or it can go down. Me and my lions, we're going to make money. It's the truth. So whatever there. But so look, let's just put a perspective on this. It's today's wild ride in the market is probably not the last one. We are probably going to hear more rhetoric from both sides about, well, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do this, and then we'll have a big circle jerk. What fun. And again, so watch that dollar. Very stock market negative when it vaults higher like that, obviously. The rhetoric, very negative. I think there's legitimate fear in this market that we are going to see an escalation of the trade war, that we are marching into recession. Very simple. So with that said, let's just let this market do whatever the hell it wants to do. Okay, like I said, I don't care if it goes up or down. Case in point, today, didn't matter. I made money on the long end and on the short end. So I'm a happy guy. And that's what I want you to do too. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. That's what this is. It's opportunity. Now, the same thing goes for precious metals. They're going to slam metals like this. Good. Good. Let them do that. Real quick, I got a lot of stuff in my email box about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrencies. How many of you remember, put your hands up, when I said Bitcoin was a buy at 3,500? Exactly, yeah. We're like at almost 9,000. We hit 9,000 just over this weekend. So I still remain bullish here in the short run with regard to cryptocurrencies. I think there's another mania going on. I think clearly Bitcoin 10,000 is in the cards, and that's going to pull everything else with it too. And then, of course, what's going to happen? It's going to get dumped again, just like last time. It's a cycle. Everything runs in cycles. This is what they do. Everything. Everything has even my voice is on a certain frequency. You know what I mean? Everything. So just get used to it. And more importantly, take advantage of it. All right. I got to get out of here, and I will see you in the morning. Later.